Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick. We're loading up on the Commodore 64 Bedlam. It's a vertical scrolling shooter published by Go in 1988. I believe they're connected to US Gold. Good music to start us off with. It's 1 to 2 players. If you're playing 2 players, it's a co-op, so 2 on the screen at the same time. And it's dodgy gameplay, ninkaboo Chad, as always, seeing how you get on with the game on your first or second go. What's your impressions of it? Is it easy? Is it difficult? And would you go back? So we'll start off this thing here. We'll go. The gun starts a bit weedy. Hopefully we've got a few upgrades here. Whoops, and it looks difficult. So you've got to keep moving around. It's got the classic Commodore 64 colours, that bluey, purpley type stuff. Come on, Nicky. Now the word Bedlam. This is goes steering me. This is going to be a problem if I don't get anywhere. The word Bedlam means a scene or state of wild uproar or confusion. Is that this? Well, the music seems to have stubbed. It's not wild uproar or confusion. It's me not being able to get very far. The ship reminds me a little bit of that one from Light Force on the ZX Spectrum. Right? Maybe I just avoid stuff. That might be better. Don't shoot stuff. Avoid stuff. It's scrolling okay. It's a nice background, I suppose, the stars when we've got a hole in the scenery. But I've got a funny feeling I'm not going to get anywhere at all. If you had this game back in the day, then let me know. It's moving quick enough. Feels a little bit like it's been made with some construction shooter kit. But at the moment it's passable without being phenomenal. There we go, but that's just my first impressions. I haven't played it for about a minute or so. Quite often, as I say, it seems to be best to avoid stuff rather than shoot everything. So try and plot your path through this thing. Doesn't look like there's any weapon upgrades so far that I can see, which is a bit bad. You certainly need a bit more of a beefier weapon to cut through this stuff. What I really mean is it perhaps feels a little bit too generic, a bit like we're on rails and it's a little bit predictable. 1988, maybe a few years earlier, it would have been okay, but at this point I want to say a little bit more exciting to make it stand out from the crowd. It's not really standing out for the crowd, but as a shooter on its own, not thinking about that, it's acceptable. So acceptable without being flashy, a bit like me, I suppose. And I've got my second best clothes on. Yes, right. Right, getting a bit further now. Maybe I'm getting used to the thing. Don't shoot everything. Avoid as much as you can. Now, I think the level we're on is down the bottom there. Score and highest. Well, player 1 score on the left. Player 2 score if they're there. It might be. What's that there? I think we hit an upgrade there. Right, this looks like a pinball table. I don't know why. Okay, now with 2 players playing at the same time, it might be a bit more acceptable. So it might be like a 2-player game. Whoa! Come on, Nick. Don't know if we're supposed to be playing pinball here or what. There's the ball. That's blasting around. Don't bash into that. What's going on here? Now, this is interesting now. It's gone a bit weird, and I do like weirdness. If you're currently flying through a spaceship in space and suddenly have entered a pinball table, then comment in the comment section below. Control your balls. Right, I'm through that. Maybe that was a bonus stage. Back in space again. Right, okay, now this go is lasting a little bit longer. Whoa! Now it's not monochrome like some of the Spectrum shooters, so you can pretty much see what's going on. I would say this is more like an avoid 'em up. Play it as an avoid 'em up, and you're going to go a bit further. I'm warming to it as I get better, because as a kid we was a little bit fickle. I wouldn't mind playing it with a cheat on somehow for infinite lives. See, look at my level, and the bottom it's 2, so I've got off level 2. My own low standards, I am there. It's space, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Now, the gun is annoying now. I don't think, played this far into it, I don't think there are any upgrades. Oh, man. Maybe a smart bomb, something like that would have been good. So it's lacking a few features of a standard, standard shooter. It's bog standard. Oh, goodness. Game over again. I wonder what that M does. I'm interested to see what that says. But anyhow, I've got the highest score. Nicky, in your face, Rex, Nigel, Neuro, Neil, and Wombat. Especially Wombat, you idiot. Boo boo. The best thing about this game, I suppose, is the music. Boo boo, boo boo, boo boo, skip it abba dibba da ba ba da boo boo, skip it abba dibba da boo ba da ba scoodoo, dibba da ba doo da boo da da scoodoo, bibba da ba dibba da boo. Oh man. Right. It's a little bit boring actually, this game. I mean, I got further on that other go. But I don't think I think I'd reach for something else in the box that excites me a little bit better. If you remember this game from times of youth, you probably remember the music more than the gameplay. Beam, 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 beam. Yeah, it's a little bit bland, to be fair, but acceptable but bland. I'm not sure what it would have scored back in the day because I try and keep away from those scores, but I would give it a solid 5. It's right in the middle. If I was scoring out of 10, I'd give it 5. Game over. You're going to enjoy it the further you get, but I think the graphics are probably going to repeat themselves. I did like the idea of that pinball table. That gave it, say, extra. I can't remember. I'm a fan of pinball. I don't remember any other game where you're flying through space and suddenly you're in a pinball table. This is the bit where you list about 12, but there, no, it wasn't. I don't know what the story is, but we're shooting aliens. That's about it. Got a bonus there for shooting stuff. Take that, radar dish. That's some sort of installation. Waves of aliens, gun turrets, and bombs that come at you. Bomb the base across this place. Yes, put your favourite vertical scrolling shooter in the comment section below. Commodore 64 games, on the most part, tend to scroll quite well. Oh, I was almost on the pinball table there. Tend to scroll quite well. I think it was easier to do than the ZX Spectrum and their technologies. I just walk into a gun, which isn't a very good idea, both in the game, but in particular in real life. Don't walk in front of a shooting gun. Right. Okay. Right, let's go, go, go. Let's do a bit more play. The game reviews to be about 10 minutes. Please subscribe if you haven't already, or don't. It's up to you, but it would help me out. But if you think this is worthy, do that. Videos go up quite regularly. We're mucking about, really. It's stress-busting. It's a departure from everyday life, which is how it should be. We're not taking it too seriously. We're not over-analysing stuff. We're just, playing it for the sake of playing it, as we did back in the day. Pinball! Right, here we go. Now, let's see if I can do a bit more here. Normally when you do a bit more, it goes worse. Let's plunger that. Right. Oops, I got blown up by the ball. That isn't very good, is it? Maybe don't hit that ball. Just go through like a person. 1-2. I'm fourth now. We've knocked Wombat off the score chart. If you are watching Wombat, sorry about that. You've been on there for about almost 40 years. About time someone knocked you off. This will be my last go, I think. I don't think I can show you too much more. You know if you want to play this or not. As always, they're good to see as a bit of history, but I don't think there's any real reason to go back and play this again, unless it takes you back to an era where you was about 6-7 years old, maybe 10 years old, a bit older, or some age in the past, where it evokes a memory, so nostalgia. For me, without that memory, all I can just do is feel it for the era there was. I think the era there was, I might have played it a few times, but I'll be reaching to something else quite quickly. Bedlam. Is it a state of, or a scene of wild uproar, confusion? Not really. It's just a bog standard shooter, really. I wouldn't say this was Bedlam at all. If I was doing it in VR in this ship and then suddenly into a pinball machine, I'd probably think it was Bedlam. But the overall feel of Bedlam isn't coming across. It isn't mad, it isn't manic, it isn't panic. It's pretty much standard shooting fare. Game over. I said it was my last go. I'm going to have one last go now. And maybe we'll complete the game on this one. What do you think? If you want to see other Commodore 64 games we've reviewed, everyone knows where they are, but if you're new to the channel or forgotten, there's a link to a Commodore 64 playlist in the description below if you want to navigate through that, or click on my username, it takes you to the channel page, and I'm not sure if you can only do that on PC. Can you do it on a tablet or phone? I don't know, but click on my username, it takes you to the channel page, there's a playlist tab there, and you'll see everything we reviewed ever in neat, orderly, different systems, and there's hundreds and hundreds of games. Thank you for people that have been sharing the videos on social media. It's not one where I'm a grifter or a con people or on amazing projects or say do this, do that. It's simply the games. Yay. Whoa, perhaps that's why the channel isn't growing as much as it could have done with all the clickbait around. But I won't do clickbait. We'll just stay like this. It's nice and calm. It's like one of those cafes you might find. Nice calm cafe behind the corner that no one's heard of. But you know it, where everybody knows your name. Cheers. So like that, it's the cheers version of retro gaming. Have a pint, have a cake, do a triple somersault, have a bag of crisps, but leave the toilets in good working order. So hope you like to have a look at that one. A rather bland vertical shooter. Could have done a bit more, but acceptable, but not going to rock your shoes off. if that indeed is a term. So I hope you like having a look at that. That was Bedlam on the Commodore 64, published by Go in 1988. A little bit forgettable, but I do like that intro. Good music too. So, got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro or Commodore 64, put that in the comment section below. You're always welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
What's going on here? It's got a bit weird, and I do like weirdness. Boo boo skibba dabba dibba da ba ba da boo boo skibba dabba dibba da boo ba da ba skoo doo dibba dabba doo da boo da da skoo doo bibba dabba dibba da boo.